Anybody who didn't like last week's episode will be punished. I'll be coming around to your houses when you sleep, and I will fill your shoes full of jello, the kind you don't like. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll put your feet in that jello, and you'll be shocked, and go in between your toes, and you won't like it. That's your punishment for not liking the show. Shoes full of jello. I am Nathaniel P Hoot-whistle, angel of the law. Actually, I'm not really an angel. I just like to tell people I am, because it makes me feel special. Special. And people don't usually believe me when I tell them. They just think I'm some drunk off the street. Maybe that's kind of true. I don't know. But last week, I was exposed as a fraud. And now you know I'm not really an angel. I was exposed by a being who likes to pretend that he's God. So I guess that makes him a fraud too. He likes to tell people he's God, while secretly thinking he's the devil, but he ain't the devil either. He's just some low-red demon who likes to think he's the devil. I think my stupid beard is shinier than usual. I can't tell. What are these? I guess you're wondering what these are. I don't know either. They just seem to appear. I don't even do these myself. They just kind of appear when I'm asleep. I wash my beard, and I comb my beard, and when I wake up, these braided little things, these weird things. I don't know where they come from. I don't know why they're here. They just are. See? I don't like them either, but they're just here. I can't get rid of them. They just keep coming back. Even if I chop them away with scissors, they come back again the next day. They're just there. I think it's a curse. So I have to weather that curse. And a weird bit of braid in my beard. But Father Bartholomew, he's still missing. And the being who likes to think that he's God, or likes to pretend that he's God, is out looking for him. But I don't think he's going to find him. I think he's dead. I think that priest, he's going to the afterlife. Which is good for me. Because that means I get to carry on in this church, running it as a jazz lounge / bar. I got little bits of beard in my mouth. Sometimes I choke on my own beard. And I'm asleep at night, and I suddenly wake up choking. And I find half my beard is right down my throat. And I'm half dying, barely alive. I see my life start to flash before my eyes. And then I pull that beard, put it right out of my throat, right down. And then I live. And then I thank the Lord that I'm still alive. And I go back to sleep. And I wake up half an hour later, I'm choking on my beard again. But that's just the way it is. Some people tell me I should shave this beard off, but I like having a beard. It makes me feel manly. And having all this curly hair, it makes me feel like a man. I feel so macho with all this curly hair. If you ask me, son, I don't think Father Bartholomew enjoyed being a priest. And he wasn't very good at it either. He was a pretty crappy, lame priest, if you ask me, son. All his sermons were just gibberish that he made up himself. He never even opened a Bible once, not in his whole damn life. Even though I only met him and knew him for one entire week, I just knew that son bitch never opened the Bible, never looked at one page, never looked at Genesis, never looked at anything in that Bible. He knew nothing, son. I'm not sure if he was even a real priest. I think he might have paid for his priest certificate, if that's what they have. I think he might have bribed somebody to get into this church, or maybe he was a con man. But somehow he got in here and started pretending to be a priest. I don't think he was real. I don't think he was really a priest, son. I think he was just some fraud, asshole, son of a bitch. I think he was just some kind of fraud like I am. The other day I thought that priest was coming back. I thought he was back in the church, but it turned out to be some kind of traveling salesman selling Bibles. I nearly kicked that asshole. I nearly kicked that son of a bitch out the door. I said, Father Bartholomew, you're not coming back in this church, son. This is my place now. This is my home turf now, son. And I realized it was a Bible salesman. He wasn't no priest. But I kicked his ass out the church anyway. I booted that son of a bitch right down the street. So we don't need no Bibles here in this church. This isn't a church of God. This is a church of booze. This is a church of booze and fun and debauchery. This is a church that knows a good whiskey when it sees it. This is the church that sells the finest booze known to man, woman, and child. You know what happened next? That night I was trying to sleep, was dozing in the chair. I was half drunk on whiskey, tequila, vodka, gin, every kind of booze I could lay my hands on. I was just away. I was just in that chair, dozing away, dreaming about things, dreaming about stuff from my past that I'd rather forget. They come back to haunt me. I'm half dozing. I hear a weird sound. I think, what's that, son? I wake up. I think it's the dog. I think dog wants to be let out to go for a run. And then I remembered I don't have no dog. Never did, never will. Well, maybe I will. Wouldn't mind a Dalmatian or Labrador. They're quite nice dogs. I got up out of my chair and I looked around the church, hearing some kind of scratching, some kind of noise. I looked all around, wondering what it was. And I saw something move in the shadows. I thought, what the hell's that, son? Is that devil guy that was here last week? Has he come back? Has he come back to kill me in my sleep while I'm nicely dozing? And I thought, I gotta defend myself. So I picked up a coat stand and I broke off the end and I started walking along, getting ready for a fight, getting ready to defend myself, my home, my bar. And I just looked around and I slowly went towards the shadows where I saw things moving. And I saw some fellow come out of the shadows, clutching a bottle of whiskey and some big suitcase, and I thought he was some thief trying to steal all my booze. And you know who it was? It was that damn Bible salesman. He said, he came in and he said, he wasn't very pleased that I booted him down the street, so he wanted revenge. He was going to steal as much of my booze as he could. So I grabbed that case from him and I said, son, I'm going to set fire to your Bible, son. You ain't going to sell no Bibles down this street no more. And I slammed that case. I slammed it down right on the bar. I opened that sucker up. I got some whiskey ready to pour it in and some book matches. Set fire to all those Bibles where I could. And you know what I saw? No damn Bibles. He wasn't no Bible salesman. No, he was a professional burglar. Opened up that case, and what did I see inside? I saw all my silver and all my gold. And some bitch had been upstairs going through all my things, stealing everything I owned. So I had to dish out some kind of punishment to that son of a bitch. So I did the only thing a gentleman of my upbringing would do, and I took out my punishment. I took all my things back, and I saw this as a golden opportunity to get rid of all the damn Bibles Father Bartholomew keeps in this church, and I threw them all in that case, and I said, here son, you want to be a Bible salesman? Take all the Bibles I have. You want to be a thief? You thieve these. And I gave him back that case with all the Bibles, and I said, you son of a bitch, You go and sell these Bibles all over town. And if you don't, the devil's going to come for you, boy. I said, you're going to become what you pretend to be. You're going to be a Bible salesman from now on, son. You're going to sell those Bibles all over town. And you're going to give me the profits. And he refused at first. I'm good at persuading people to do things. And then he was calling me sir. And by the time he left, and agreeing to give me the profits from his sales. What was that? What was that sound, son? I just heard something. I just heard some kind of... I think there's someone else here. Oh my God. Some weirdo just walked through the door. Who the hell are you, son? What are you doing in this church? Holy crap. Oh my God. It's my cousin. What the hell is he doing here? I thought he was dead. I haven't seen him for at least 2 years. I thought he was pushing up daisies. What are you doing here, son? Well, hello, cousin. I bet you never thought you'd see me again. Not after you left me for dead. At the bottom of that river. It's time for penance, dear cousin. Time you'll pay the price for everything you've done.